enough is enough.
As I sit here and I give myself this light beat today, I want to share something with y'all, right? So, for so long, I prayed to God and I said, I'm tired of working for other people. No matter how hard I worked, no matter how much I gave, it felt like it was never enough. The expectations just kept getting higher and higher. And the moment I couldn't give more, it was like I didn't matter. And in the middle of all that, I was losing myself. I was showing up for a job every day, but I wasn't showing up for myself. I was surviving for a paycheck, not living in my purpose. And that kind of life will drain you until you don't even recognize who you are no more. And that, I feel like that's where my life was going. And so I told God, I don't want to survive no more. I don't want to just work myself into the ground for bills. I want to be free. I wanted to give something to the world that was bigger than just me clocking in on a job every day. I wanted to create change. I wanted my life to mean more. And the harsh reality of it is, here's the thing. Sometimes when you pray like that, God will strip away everything that's been holding you hostage. It won't feel good. It won't make sense. You'll be standing there with no income, no job, no plan, wondering what happened. That's where I'm at. And in that moment, fear will most definitely be the first thing that show up. Fear always the first thing that show up. And when I lost both of my jobs back to back, my first thoughts was, how am I going to pay my bills? How am I going to take care of my family? But then it hit me. Didn't I just ask God to free me? Didn't I just tell him I was tired of being stuck, not appreciated? And sometimes the answers to your prayers look like loss. But it's not always loss. Sometimes it look like it's ending. Sometimes it look like you being pushed out of the very things that you was clinging to in survival, for survival. But let me tell you this. Your truth is your power. Your truth sometimes is all you got. And my truth is that I did everything right. I showed up. I worked hard. I gave my best, and still life shifted. My life still shifted in less than 24 hours. But instead of looking at it as punishment, I'm choosing to see it as positioning. God is positioning me. And you got to know that this ain't the end. This is the doorway. Most definitely the doorway. This is God saying, I heard you. Now watch what I'm about to do. You're being taken out of work for health issues and losing both of your jobs as if you never even mattered. Y'all can't even give me time to get my health back in place. So I do want to say something. So if you're listening to me right now and you in the same place, scared, lost, not knowing what tomorrow look like, let this be a reminder. Most definitely be a reminder. Don't rush to fix it all at once. Don't let panic drown out your faith. Just start small. Start honest. Be consistent in showing up for yourself. And I think that's where I'm at. I want to be consistent in showing up with myself. Because sometimes survival has to break. And we often forget that when survival has to break, so living can begin. So if you're not allowing your survival to take a break so that you can live and your living can truly begin, then what's the purpose? And when God is in it, your comeback will be greater than your loss. Your truth, everything you're walking through right now is the very power He gonna use to change lives. And that's where I'm standing at today. Not in fear, not in shame, but in faith. And this breakdown is really just the breakthrough I prayed for. And I don't know how it's going to end, honestly. But what I do know is that God got a plan. And because I know God has a plan for me, there's no way that I can give up. I wouldn't dare give up on where God is taking me, even though it may be complicated and I don't understand right this second. At some point, He'll make it clear. If I showed up in the version of me that I was, if I showed up in the version of me that I was a few years ago before my faith got as strong as it was, with God taking me through different things, showing me my capabilities and showing me how far that I could really go, then maybe I wouldn't have the mindset that I have today. I think a lot of people miss that I'm not the girl who was everything but enough. I'm the woman who was everything God needed to use. And that's why I wrote my last book, Unchosen. The girl that was everything but enough. And then I had to realize that, once again, I'm not the girl who was everything but enough. I'm the woman who was everything God needed to use. So, I lost both of my jobs with surgery coming up and all of the stuff that I have to do, being on bed rest, can't leave my house, can't drive. I'm going to let God place my feet. Because what may look like I'm stuck in survival will be my breakthrough. I'm going to take y'all on every piece of this journey so you can see just how God is who He say He is. God is going to stand on everything He promised. And I am still struggling with accepting the fact that God is who He say He is. Yes, God said I'm the head and not the tail. What He said? The first shall be last and the last shall be first. Well, I'm going to be the confirmation that God stood on everything He said He would. Now watch me work.